Breaking news.
Is it going to succeed, yes or no?
I think it's going to succeed. It's going to succeed.
Can you believe it?
Y'all did it!
KBLA Talk 1580 is about to celebrate its second anniversary on Juneteenth, and no terrible twos around here. We couldn't be more excited about all the good news we'll be announcing soon, including the launch of some new shows to keep giving you more of what you've been looking for.
Come on!
Smart radio for smart people. Hey, it's our celebration, but you get all the gifts. We'll be giving away fresh merch, swag bags, and a chance for you to join the private invitation-only, star-studded music and dance till you drop, food and drink galore second anniversary celebration. To stay in the know about the second anniversary details, download the KBLA Talk 1580 app right now. Don't miss out on your chance to be a winner. At KBLA Talk 1580, when we come forward, we're bringing everybody with us.
Happy anniversary, KBLA!
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes? Financial infidelity? I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn!
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Perhaps you've heard the term critical conversation. Now, in many ways, all conversations are critical. I mean, come on, it's important that we listen to one another, that we hold space for each other, that we empathize with each other, that we take ownership of anything that we need to take ownership of. So in a sense, any conversation is a critical conversation. Who hasn't had a conversation with someone where you couldn't get a word in edgewise? Who hasn't had a conversation where you didn't sense that they were really concerned about what you thought, what you felt, and what you wanted? They were just so concerned about consuming all of the air in the room. And of course that feels horrible. And of course that's part and parcel of any relationship fraught with narcissistic and emotional abuse. It's part of every conflicted relationship. It's part of any relationship that has really broken bad. So the concept of holding space is really a critical one. Whether you have been victimized by emotional abuse or whether you are the perpetrator of emotional abuse, the topic of holding space is absolutely critical. Now, what do I mean by holding space? I mean, literally, there's a space between you and this other person. And it needs to be cherished. It needs to be seen as a sacred space. It's a sacred coming together. It means that when I sit with you, I listen to you. I care about what you have to say. I'm listening for what's alive in you. I'm listening for what you might want from me. I'm listening for what you might want from the world. I care about what is stirring inside of you. And conversely, I hope you care about what's stirring inside of me. What am I feeling? What do I want? What do I need? And so a healthy relationship is one in which we both hold the space. We lessen any distractions. We engage with each other. We are interested in each other. We care about each other. And much like a game of tennis where we're hitting the ball back and forth, so is a healthy interaction. Imagine the game of tennis where you hit the ball and the other person didn't.
Ooh, hey, Andy, what is that brother's name, man? That's Dr. David Hawkins? That's the clip. Man, didn't sound like Dr. David R. Hawkins. I sent you the clip. I know who Dr. David R. Hawkins is. Andy, what'd you do with Dr. David R. Hawkins? Nah, he was cooking. Holding space is a sacred space. Wow. Holding space is a sacred space. Don't get holding space confused with tolerating what your partner is going through. I can't wait until she get over whatever the hell she going through. Sweet baby Ray's barbecue sauce. We've been going through this long enough. When you gonna get better? 1-800-920-1580. Sometimes our spirits yell out like that. Woo! Here we go. Stacy, Greensboro, North Carolina. Get in here and lay this out for me. Stacy.
Unconditional positive regard, Zoe.
Yeah, unconditional positive regard. That's what I said.
So important. Self-awareness in listening and knowing that, like you said, holding the space means you got to let go of your emotions of what the other person is saying and take yourself out of it first. Me personally, if I was going through something and my man just took a deep breath with me and was like, whew, dang. And take the blame out, it's kind of complicated because if someone's coming at you in the wrong way, then you may take the blame, but you have to take the blame out automatically, and so you can listen and not respond. And not respond negatively. You made an important point about if it's abusive, you still have to approach it the same way. If it's not abusive, you listen, you take a deep breath, and then just ask, what would you like me to do? Right now, in this moment, how can I help you? Don't offer a solution, especially when you're dealing with a woman. We want to be heard. We talk all over the place, and then we make the point eventually. What would you like me to do? How would you like me to help you? And there really can be no backlash. It's harder to have backlash when someone listens to you and they, all right, what do you want me to do? I had another point. I do have your book already, but to paraphrase, the true purpose of a relationship is to reveal and come to know your innermost being and your ability to listen objectively and actively, your limits of personal accountability, and your willingness to remain calm in a heated moment. If everyone had a copy of your book, especially in a relationship, then you already been reading, and you can just sit there and be like, you know what? Zoe said in the Shrouded Lighthouse, I'm going to go ahead and listen real quick. Listen. And then I'm going to respond from a space of not even necessarily understanding, because you don't have to understand. But just be like, okay, I'm I'm sorry you're going through that right now. What can I do?
Stacy, let me just say two things. No one has ever read my book back to me. That sounded wonderful. Thank you so much.
Right?
And then, secondarily, I'm mad because I wrote those words, and in the moment of truth, when I was supposed to hold space in the exact same way that I wrote it, I fumbled at the 2-yard line and lost the Super Bowl. I'm mad right now because I wrote that. It's not funny.
You got emotionally involved.
I got so caught up in trying to fix and help and do all this other stuff, I forgot what I'm supposed to be doing. Sister, thank you, Stacy. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for calling in and sharing that with me.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Listen, if you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. The phone lines are starting to jump and really get going. But see, my woman kind of taught me this indirectly. Like, she kind of taught me the holding space piece. You know, I don't do things haphazardly. Everything I do is a bit calculated. You know, in terms of the topics and how I want to build them and build the discussions. I have been sitting on this topic for months because I was wrestling with holding. Why is everybody's phone dropping? I'm getting ready to go to certain people and their lines are dropping. Anyway, she indirectly taught me about holding space. And what I discovered, the expectation, the frustration, what you're not getting, all of that stuff. This is what I discovered about me. It might resonate with you, but this is what I discovered about me. I said, Zoe, you cannot bring dukkha into the space you're holding. Dukkha, Sanskrit word, Pali word, dukkha, commonly translated as suffering, pain, unhappiness, unsatisfactoriness, unease, craving, grasping, ignorance. Du, the suffix, it means bad. Ka means, the prefix du means bad. The suffix ka means space. Bad space. Holding space. You cannot hold space with junk, with suffering, with pain, with unhappiness, with disappointment. You just can't do it. You've contaminated what Dr. David R. Hawkins called in the clip we came in with. You've contaminated the sacred space with expectations, with unfulfillment, with disappointment. She taught me that. I was like, I'm the devil. That's how I looked at it. I'm sorry. I'm the devil. Mimi from Jacksonville, Florida, get in here.
Hey, Zoe.
Hey,
Hey, everyone.
How are you now?
I am just blown away by Stacy's call. I could totally relate to that. Totally. And I've come to learn that I haven't been holding space properly. I thought because I'm a woman, and women, we are naturally nurturers. You know, we're feminine, we're emotional, we talk a lot, we share our feelings and our emotions. And during the chat, I said, I tend to attract emotionalist men. And I'm drawn to emotionalist men. I look at the outside, and if you're tall or red or you're chocolate or whatever, I see the outside. But I realized that not all, but some of them were just emotionalists. I'm not saying they didn't have emotions, but they were men. They were hard. They were strong black men, being what society said they had to be, hard providers. And, we're paying the bills, the loving is good, and that's all I need to bring to you. And I just found that I was just talking, sharing my thoughts, sharing my feelings, and I wasn't getting it back. And I said, well, what am I doing wrong? Because if I'm sharing myself with my man like this, why isn't he sharing himself back with me? So I'm not sure how to hold space properly anymore. Well, at all, really.
So what did the definitions that we outlined at the beginning of the show in the first hour and throughout that hour, what did they mean to you? Now, before you answer, hold tight. As we come forward, we're going to come back and we're going to allow Mimi to gather her thoughts on that question, and then we're going to get deeper.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
The Black Hollywood Education and Resource Center's 30th annual Sisters Are Doing It For Themselves short film showcase, May 19th through the 21st at the Directors Guild of America opening night celebration hosted by actress Wendy Raquel Robinson with special guest, director, actress, and choreographer Debbie Allen. Come out and celebrate emerging Black women filmmakers. See dynamic films, hear great panels, careers in Hollywood, directors on directing, and more. Don't miss Sisters Are Doing It For Themselves short film showcase, May 19th through the 21st. For more information, go to bherc.org or call 323-957-4656. 323-957-4656.
When you're young, life is full of choices. Don't let opioids like highly addictive and deadly fentanyl take away your life and your choices with just one wrong pill. Addiction is a disease that can affect anyone at any age, but there is a choice to get help for this disease. Find medically proven treatment options, including virtual, at choosemat.org.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
Tired of being locked out of job opportunities and shut down by systemic racism? KBLA stands with you in fighting for the rights of black workers, and we don't black down. The Los Angeles Black Workers Center is a dynamic alliance of workers, organized labor, community-based organizations, clergy, students, and scholars, working collectively to improve the position of the black working class. The LA Black Workers Center takes a comprehensive approach to addressing the black jobs crisis. Their programs promote access to quality jobs, racial equity in hiring and retention, discrimination-free job sites, and they prepare black workers for employment in high-wage, career track jobs. The Black Workers Center supports workers who need help protecting their rights on the job. They give workers access to quality jobs and remove systemic barriers to employment. To sign up for free career readiness training, get involved in organizing around anti-discrimination, learn about union apprenticeship programs, or sign on to a trade registry, please visit www.lablackworkerscenter.org. That's lablackworkerscenter.org. Together, we can beat the black jobs crisis. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
confused, but it's alright. Living day by day, I feel so used, that ain't right. I just wanna run and hide, but I don't have the time to cry, and it's alright. It's alright, alright. Any thoughts are running through my head, it's alright. Wishing to be somewhere else but here, and it's alright. I can't wait to see your face. I need a smile in your embrace. I'm alright. I'm alright. Yeah. Life can bring us through many changes. It's alright. Never give up. Know that it's gonna be alright. People come and they go. It's just the way that.
Sometimes we can seek realization so deeply that we kind of focus on what truth is instead of focusing on how truth moves. And in the work I like to offer, the reason I call it heart-centered consciousness is because rather than get tripped up on what truth knows, I like to have us explore how truth moves. And when truth moves alive within us, it moves as the way of love, compassion, and unity.
In a time of divisiveness, where it often seems like it's very hard to get people on opposite sides of an issue to really stop, listen, and take each other's perspective, Matt Kahn has come out with a new book, All for Love, The Transformative Power of Holding Space. What's beautiful is that he teaches holding space for our own experiences and the experiences of each other as an art form we can learn how to master, an art form that makes us everyday healers, both for ourselves and in our relationship with others. Come listen to Matt Kahn, All for Love, at Sounds True One.
I had to play that promo, Matt Kahn's book. Because of that key piece. We want somebody to hold space for us. But as with everything, if the relationship is a mirror, you got to learn how to hold space for yourself. When you're not in a relationship, this is why holding space is so important. When you're not in an external relationship, or what I'd like to call a mirrored relational environment. When you're not in an external relationship, you still have your internal relationship going on. And you have to hold space for that. You got to learn how to do that. Man, this is heavy, man. Mimi, Jacksonville, you ready to answer my question?
I am ready to answer your questions.
All right, we listening. Let's go.
Can you please repeat the question?
Then you're not ready.
I am ready, but I just... Can you please repeat the question, though?
Oh, Lord. Okay, yes. The question I asked you was, did you listen to our definition for what holding space was in the previous hour? That's what I asked.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And what was your issue, Mimi? You talked about this man and who you attracting. Remember that?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And are you holding space for toxic people? Let's just get right to it.
Yes.
Why?
Because I don't want to be alone.
Let's go back, because I gave you the answer for this already. So let's go back to dukkha. The Sanskrit word dukkha. D-U-K-K-H-A. Dukkha. Commonly translated as suffering, pain, unhappiness. this is an important concept in Buddhism, Jainism, and Hinduism, right? Its meaning depends on the context and may refer more specifically to the unsatisfactoriness or unease of mundane life when driven by craving, grasping, and ignorance. I don't want to be alone. Dukkha. What you can't bring into the holding space environment, which is sacred, according to Dr. David R. Hawking, it's sacred. We contaminate it when we bring our expectations. When we bring our fears. When we bring our listen, let me tell you something. Earlier, I gave you the definition of Wu Wei. Right? Do you remember Wu Wei? Do you remember? Y'all met once before, right? You and Wu Wei?
I don't remember.
So you don't remember the Wu Wei concept either?
You're so, you don't know. You're so enchanting. I don't always remember every single thing that you say.
What am I, a wizard? So, all right, so I'll come back. Wu Wei, okay? Here you go.
Okay.
The principle of Wu Wei refers to action through inaction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that?
Now I do.
Now you do.
Yes. I'm being honest. Yes.
It's all good. Wu Wei is an ancient Chinese concept literally meaning inexertion, inaction, or effortless action. It doesn't mean not doing anything. It means doing it without the filter, listen, of expectation. Doing it while being in the moment. Eckhart Tolle made millions of dollars off of the power of now. That is a concept that is steeped deeply in the Wu Wei concept. Effortless action. In other words, no expectation.
Can I ask you a question?
I'm gonna give you this clarity, and then I'm open for questions.
Okay.
Expectation, especially when they're unrealistic, are the seeds of dukkha, i.e., disappointment.
Mm-hmm.
Are you with me now? You following me?
Yes,
right.
I believe so. Yes.
All right, now you gotta hang on with me because we gotta go forward one more time. But when we come forward, I hope Mimi is on the same page with me.
All right. Some things in the world, they make me mad, and it's all right. In the morning when I see the sun, I know I'm not the only one, and it's all right. It's all right. Wish I had some money to pay my
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Julius White. Here's the latest from the Black Information Network. The list appears to be growing of candidates seeking to fill the seat left vacant by former Cook County Commissioner, African-American Brandon Johnson, now mayor of Chicago. Harry Williams has more.
3 of the hopefuls are from the same group called the Leaders Network, which includes Pastor Ira Ackrey, Reverend Marshall Hatch Jr., and community activist Zerlina Smith members. Others seeking the county board position are Chicago Teachers Union member Tara Stamps and Catalyst Charter School Board member Claiborne Wade.
14-year-old girl is dead after a crash in Queens, New York last night. Keisha Francis says her daughter, Fortune Williams, was killed when the car she was in, driven by a 16-year-old boy, rear-ended a UPS truck.
My life would never be the same.
Williams was ejected from the car and died on the scene, while the teen driver was hospitalized in stable condition. I'm Julius White on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
Need an accident attorney by your side? All you got to do is call the accident guys.
Injured in a car accident or at work? Call the accident guys to speak with a real expert attorney for a free consultation.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States of America.
The story of Emmett Till and his mother is a story of a family's promise and loss and a nation's reckoning with hate, violence, and abuse of power. It's a story that was seared into our memory and our conscience, the nation's conscience, when Mrs. Till insisted that an open casket for her murdered and maimed 14-year-old son. She said, "Let the people see what I've seen." The reason the world saw what she saw was because of another hero in this story, the black press. Jet Magazine, the Chicago Defender, and other black radio and newspapers were unflinching and brave in making sure America saw what she saw. Ida B. Wells once said, and I quote, "The way to right wrongs is to turn the light of truth upon the wrongs."
Turning the light of truth upon the wrongs. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580, and we don't black down.
Calling all small business owners, entrepreneurs, and startups. Vermont Slauson Economic Development Corporation is your one-stop shop for the resources and tools you need to take your business to the next level. VSEDC is a community-based nonprofit and CDFI organization recognized for decades of technical and entrepreneurial assistance to South LA small businesses, startups, and entrepreneurs for 40 years. VSEDC provides training workshops and your very own business coach, and these services are all free. That's right, these services are free. Business coaches are standing by at their South LA Business Source Center or their Watts Business Source Center. Visit their website at vsedc.org or call them now at 323-752-2335. That's Vermont Slauson Economic Development Corporation at 323-753-2335.
Attention LA seniors and persons with disabilities. You may qualify for generous discounts on your LADWP bills through the Lifeline program. It's easy to join Lifeline, and your enrollment may qualify you to receive a new energy-efficient refrigerator and valuable rebates up to $225 on room air conditioners through the Cool LA program. So if you're a senior or have a disability, sign up today at ladwp.com/lifeline. That's ladwp.com/lifeline.
Life is uncertain. It's okay to feel stressed, anxious, worried, or frustrated. It's normal. With CalHope's free and secure mental health resources, it's easy to get the help you and your loved ones need when you need it the most. Call our warm line at 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org today.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 joins you in standing for voting rights. When We All Vote is a leading national nonpartisan initiative on a mission to change the culture around voting and to increase participation in each and every election by helping to close the race and age gap. Created by Michelle Obama, When We All Vote brings together individuals, institutions, brands, and organizations to register new voters across the country and advance civic education for the entire family and voters of every age to build an informed and engaged electorate for today and generations to come. When We All Vote empowers their supporters and volunteers to take action through voting, advocating for their rights, and holding their elected officials accountable. Please visit whenweallvote.org to stand up for your rights, voting rights. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
I see the crystal raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through to make those rainbows in my mind. When I think of you sometime, and I want to spend some time with you, just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Building castles in the sky, just the two of us. You and I. We look for love, no time for tears.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Water's all that is, and it don't make
friends
no
and family,
flowers
brothers and
grow.
sisters, it's a Thursday night in Los Angeles, Leimert Park. The nighttime is still. Relationships are just getting into their homes. People sitting down. They've watched the game. They might be a little frustrated with the outcome. But they're holding space for the Lakers. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason returns to KBLA Talk 1580. We on fire tonight. I just did that for Andy. Andy in there, he won't even look at me. He's smirking. He's smirking right now. We got to hold space for the Lakers, right? We holding space in our hearts.
Lakers in 7.
We must be empathetic. Listen, any team with LeBron on it, I believe those astronomical beliefs like Lakers in 7. That is not out of the realm of possibility. Not because he's a hooper. I mean, he's a great hooper, no question. He's an extraordinary hooper. Absolutely. But when the league is helping, okay, that's enough. Don't bring me in here, man.
He out there looking old too. I'm upset.
He hooping though. He hooping. Now listen, you can't say he ain't hooping.
Not tonight.
Well, neither was the big boy.
Stop trying to be Steph Curry, LeBron. I'm sorry. Stop trying to be Steph Curry.
Okay, now get out your feelings, Andy. Andy is expressing his feelings. Mimi, I hope you're ready.
I'm still here.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Answer my question. Now that I've walked you through Wu Wei and holding space, we were talking about you holding space for toxic people, and I asked you, why do you do that?
Mm-hmm.
That's a question.
Oh,
You want me?
I thought you.
I'll remind you of your initial answer, which was you don't want to be lonely. Then I went into explaining dukkha to you and how you can't bring disappoint and expectations and fear and ego, and you can't bring all that stuff into the sacred space. Now I'm asking another question. Why do you think you bring those things into the sacred space, Mimi?
That's a really good question. I honestly don't know.
Okay, let me do it this way because you want to play. I don't want to play with you right now.
I'm not. I'm being sincere with you.
I believe
honestly.
it. Watch this. Tyrone Trigg said because she's toxic and don't know it. Now, my question is, do you perceive yourself as toxic, Mimi?
No.
You don't want to. No.
Yes, I am toxic. Yes, I'm gonna be.
I'm
gonna be honest
there we
and
go.
accountable.
Come on,
yes.
Let's hug that inner child. Why?
Why am I toxic?
Yes.
Why am I toxic?
I'm saying, what happened? What did you go through? What haven't you healed from? Talk to us.
Okay, what haven't I healed from? Not having the best relationship with my dad.
Beautiful. See, that's beautiful, sister. That's beautiful. Now, where is your dad? Is he alive? Are you? If he is, are you still in contact with him? Talk to me.
No, my dad, he passed away, and things were better, got better, but they weren't. They were better than they were before, but they weren't great. And so, no.
A lot of things went unsaid with you and your dad, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And now that he's gone, you feel like those lessons that could have been learned are now they're not accessible to you.
That's true. I agree with that, and I bring that into my relationships, wanting to get answers from my partner that I could not get from my dad.
Right. So here's the thing. There's a couple of pieces here. There's a forgiveness piece, and then there's a letting go piece that are big, right? And it's funny that we had, and not funny, but it's interesting, serendipitous, that we had the clip from Dr. David R. Hawkins, the author of Power versus Force. So I really think you should get his book called Letting Go, The Pathway of Surrender. But it's not about letting go your dad or letting go of negative relationships. It's more about letting go of negative ideas and thoughts and patterns that you have. And more importantly, definitions. How we define what we've been through actually helps concretize the environments that we walk through, that we live through. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes. May I ask you one question?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm sorry. I'll wait for you to finish.
No, go ahead. Yeah, I done forgot already.
Okay.
I'm old like that. It happens.
You were talking about earlier expectations, unhealthy expectations.
Yes.
Holding space for myself, holding space for my partner. Is it unrealistic for me to want my partner to hold space for me?
If you have an expectation for a work in progress who has done no work on himself, who hasn't conquered any internal wars within himself, if you place an expectation on that person, are you not a co-creator of your own dukkha, of your own misery?
Okay, I see what you mean. So I have to work on myself first before I can want the mirror.
Let's say it this way. You can't get what you haven't earned.
Okay.
You earn it internally and you get it externally.
Okay.
So let me say it another way. You earn it internally and you attract it externally. Do you see that?
Yes.
So stop trying to skip the line and get the taco snack. You're not going to have the man taco snack until you become the snack. You understand?
So in order to get a snack, I have to become a snack.
That's right, child.
Okay.
We learning this evening. Girl, you better pour some flavor on yourself. Come on. Season up your spirit. That's all.
Because I'm delicious. Okay, yeah.
There we go. Yeah. Get ready. We appreciate you, Mimi. Jacksonville, Florida in the building because of Mimi. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call us at 1-800-920-1580. We on fire tonight, or when I come forward, I'm going to have one of my best callers, my favorite friends on the line, man. True Monger from Dallas, Texas. When we come forward, True Measy gonna drop the beezy.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Pastor Director of Programming and General Manager Asantewaa Olatunji named Los Angeles Cultural Affairs Commissioner by Mayor Karen Bass. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News. She's an attorney and an arts advocate excited about serving in the development of the cultural landscape in LA County. Olatunji is the co-founder of the Pan-African Film Festival, also known as PAF. She began her career as an entertainment lawyer on staff with Paramount Pictures. Her legal career was diverse, and she was on general counsel for the LA Black Employees Association, amongst many other affiliations. Her new role with the city will make her a member of the advisory board responsible for the review and approval of all architecture and artwork on or over city property. Congratulations. I'm Maisha Cairo, and this is KBLA Talk 1580.
If you feel sick, test to know if it's COVID. Treat it. Medication is key to slow the virus in your body. Beat it. Recover smoother. You may test negative sooner. California, you know you need it. Test it, treat it, you can beat it.
Yeah. Visit youcanbeatit.org or call 833-422-4255 to ask for medication to treat COVID-19. Sponsored by the California Department of Public Health.
The Black Hollywood Education and Resource Center's 30th annual Sisters Are Doing It for Themselves short film showcase, May 19th through the 21st at the Directors Guild of America. Opening night celebration hosted by actress Wendy Raquel Robinson with special guest, director, actress, and choreographer Debbie Allen. Come out and celebrate emerging Black women filmmakers. See dynamic films, hear great panels, careers in Hollywood, directors on directing, and more. Don't miss Sisters Are Doing It for Themselves short film showcase, May 19th through the 21st. For more information, go to bherc.org or call 323-957-4656. 323-957-4656. Did you know that all City of LA renters have rights? Check out these 3 facts. Residential tenants can't be evicted without reason or just cause. Eviction protection still exists for unpaid COVID-19 rental debt due before March 31st, 2023. And you have 5 days to respond to an eviction notice. 5 days. Many Angelenos may be at risk of losing their home, and that's why we want you to know your rights. Learn more at housing.lacity.org. Be informed, be protected, be at home.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Playlist is crazy. You never know what I'm gonna play. You never know what I'm gonna lay on you. The voice of reason is on fire tonight. Tonight's topic has been absolutely amazing. These are the type of discussions we have to have, man. How to develop a 5-star relational bedside manner. A riveting look at the concept of holding space for your significant other while they process hardship, man. Relational bedside manner, mastering the ability to hold space. You want your relationship to last, you want a deeper, stronger, more meaningful bond, you got to learn this technique. You got to learn this technique, and part of this technique is leaving your stuff over there when you're holding space for someone you care about. You understand? I know it's difficult to wrap your head around right now, but trust me, you'll thank me later. Where's my people at? I got to get Truemonger in here. True Measy from Dallas, Texas, man. Get in here.
Yes, sir.
What's up, brother? What are your thoughts on tonight's topic, my friend?
Oh, man, it's probably something people really don't think about that they go through on a daily basis, just never considered it. I've done this without thinking about it in most of my relationships. I always put my stuff to the side and focus on my partner's issues more than discussing my own. I would tend to know what's going on with me, always trying to find solutions to it, and if I did talk about it, I didn't talk about it too often. I would bring it up a few times and then I would look for solutions, and that would tend to bother them because I didn't constantly talk about the same stuff over and over again. I'm not that kind of person. I might mention something a few times, and then after that, I'm not going to talk about it because I'm trying to find solutions to resolve it. Now, when I'm going through something, it seemed like it was never reciprocated. It seemed like they would listen just to get their turn and put the focus back on them instead of hearing what I'm telling them or just brushing what I'm telling them to the side. So it would get to the point where I just wouldn't talk. I just wouldn't talk about what I'm dealing with or what I may be going through. I would just know what it is and try to resolve it, because it felt like what I was saying to them didn't matter. So if that's the case, why am I going to keep talking? If when I'm telling you it's just going over your head, you're dismissing it, and it really doesn't matter what you're going through if you're not getting results. What I'm going through if you're not getting the results or the expectations that you want.
So let's peel it.
I'm not going to keep talking.
So let's peel it back a little bit, True.
Okay.
You feel like you being there to help them is not appreciated. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Again, much like Mimi, you brought dukkha or disappoint into, because remember, dukkha literally means bad space. You brought bad space into the practice of holding space via an expectation, the expectation of acknowledgement. Acknowledge the value that I'm bringing to you in your time of need. Does that make sense?
Well, I wasn't really looking for acknowledgement because, like I said, it was just a habit of mine. But I would recognize that they weren't listening.
So let me go back.
So I would just act accordingly.
Let me go. Did it disappoint you?
I think a stronger word would be more, it peed me off. Like I said, I can't say the other word on here.
Listen,
but
it's connected. It's connected to more than what you're giving it. True.
Right.
Otherwise, it don't matter. Right. So it's connected to more than what you're giving it. You know. Now we saw Mimi struggle for a moment to say that she was toxic, and these are perfect examples of how hard it is to really face ourselves down and say, nah, the reality of it is, if I'm helping you, I want you to acknowledge that the help is useful. That you and all I'm saying is that can't be a part of holding space for someone.
Right. And then I guess this disappointment is because you thinking that person is actually has your back and is there for you. But in many cases, it seems like they're there for the idea of you, for the image they have in their head of you, not the actual person. Right. And once they don't get the results they're looking for, they tune out.
I got a great question for you, True.
Okay.
And it's for everybody, but True's on the line. Can you give your partner what they need without any feeling or any expectation of being paid back or being acknowledged?
Yeah.
Can you selflessly give when your partner is in their time of need? Answer me that.
Yeah.
Of course you can now, but I'm saying you had to.
Well, at the time I was going through it, I didn't. It felt like I was a little selfish because if I felt like I wasn't being heard, I would internalize and just keep it moving. But I had to go through that process.
And look, we're uncovering more. What is internalizing and not talking? Stonewalling, avoiding. All of these are tactics in communication that creates conflict. Yes or no?
Yes.
So you can't stand in the gap if you have all of these silent contracts and demands going on. You can't. Make sense?
Right. Yes, it does.
Man, I love my brother Truemonger. Hey, man, thank you so much for calling in. Thank you for waiting on the line. Thank you for getting your point across. I appreciate you. And you know I love to go back and forth with you. Truemonger, Dallas, Texas is in the building because of you. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. We on fire tonight. And I mean, we are literally on fire. These concepts that I'm bringing to you guys, right? You're going to have to change the way you do relationships. I know the old way has got you to a certain point in your life. But listen, if you want to make it to the next level of happiness, of stability, right? Of sukha, the opposite of dukkha. Su, the prefix means good, pleasant. Ka, space, good space. If you want to learn how to cultivate bringing good space into your life, maybe you should start practicing how to sit with your feelings. Can you sit with your feelings without judgment? Can you acknowledge that you are feeling something? We tapped into it a little bit tonight. Mimi gave us some. True gave us some. It's difficult to say, oh, man, this is who I am. Dang, I'm like this. So you got to learn how to acknowledge that you are feeling something in the first place. You got to name and identify the feeling. You got to notice where you are feeling it. You got to breathe. You got to practice self-compassion. If you can do some of these things, trust me, you're going to learn how to create space. I started the conversation. It's your job to finish it. Up next, my brother Danny Morrison going to jump in here and keep the flames heated. The voice of reason on fire. I'll see y'all next week.
We are young, hearted to heart, we stand. No promises, no demands. Love is a battlefield.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Julius White. Here's the latest from the Black Information Network. The list appears to be growing of candidates